All right, what's good, guys? I'm back with the NBA playoffs round 2 predictions. First and foremost, though, I just want to say thank you all so much who contributed to the to the round 1 predictions video, the video before this one. Thank you guys all so much who contributed, as in like the people who commented below, who liked, disliked, subscribed, whatever. Thank you guys so much for that, because you guys made the series so much more fun for me and so much more exciting, because I was able to interact with so many of you and I got to hear your thoughts and your own predictions. So for this video as well, if you guys, whether you agree with me or disagree, if you agree, you can give it a thumbs up. If you disagree, you can give it a dislike. I'm totally cool with that. It doesn't matter. And if you want to put your own predictions below, which I would appreciate, just comment below and we'll have a conversation just like the first series. So thank you guys all so much. All right, so as you can see, these were my picks for the first round, and I still have it up right now, so you guys can see the only one I really got wrong was the Clippers and Blazers. Now, I'm not going to say that the Clippers would have won 100% if they had Chris Paul and Blake Griffin the entire series, but I'm going to definitely say that if the Clippers did have Chris Paul and Blake Griffin, the series would have been a lot different. And so since they lost both superstars at the same time, I think that has a lot to do with the reasons why the Blazers won that one. But, I mean, no excuses. If you guys called the Blazers before the series started and you got it, since, I mean, technically you're right, since they did win, so props to you. All right, so let's get to the round 2 predictions. So I'm going to start with the Warriors and the Blazers. So for Warriors and Blazers, I am definitely going to go with the Warriors. I know the series already started, but I had a gut feeling that even if Steph Curry did not play the entire series, I really think that the Warriors can actually beat the Blazers still. Now, let me explain why. Because the thing is, if you watch today's game, Klay Thompson scored 37 points, and Draymond Green got a triple-double, and it's just like their team is so solid and so stacked. They have such a deep lineup and such a deep team that they can, even though they're missing one of their superstars, they can just change up their rotation and it'll just flow smoothly. They just have such a great team, and so I don't think that the Blazers are going to be able to beat them. But I do have to say, though, that Damian Lillard had a 50-point game and during the regular season against the Warriors, and the Blazers did win. And Blazers, Damian Lillard actually does pretty well actually against the Warriors, during the regular season. So I think the Blazers will make it an interesting series, but I don't think that they're gonna win the series. So that's my prediction on that. I'm gonna go with the Warriors, and yeah, that's that. So the next matchup, I'm gonna go with for San Antonio Spurs against OKC Thunder. I'm seriously gonna go with the Spurs on this one, and they're I mean, the series already started, but if you guys looked at my previous video, I picked the Spurs before the series started. I wrote in the comment section, and the reason why I know that Spurs are gonna win is because their team is also super stacked. They have so many good players. I don't think that the Thunder have any chance of stopping Kawhi Leonard and LaMarcus Aldridge, because the thing is, Serge Ibaka, he's not a good post defender. He's only a good like off-ball defender. He comes on the weak side and blocks shots. He's not really good at like standing his ground against a post player like LaMarcus Aldridge, who can play in the post, who can shoot the fadeaway, and he's just way too gifted and too talented and too big for Ibaka. And Kawhi Leonard and the entire Spurs team, especially Kawhi Leonard, though, like they're so good on defense that it's gonna make it really hard for Westbrook and Durant to go off against them. And yeah, so that I don't think that Thunder are gonna be able to beat the Spurs. So I'm gonna go with San Antonio Spurs. All right, so the next one is Cavaliers against the Hawks. Now, a lot of people said that the Hawks would lose to the Celtics. A lot of you guys wrote in the comment section saying that, you know, Hawks would lose and Celtics would win. I know Avery Bradley went down, but I really had a gut feeling like the entire time that the Hawks were not going to lose, because they started off at home and they're a very, very good home team. So I just knew that Hawks would win. But however, in this series, since like the Hawks are not that good of a team, they only beat the Celtics because one reason is because Bradley went down, and second of all, the Hawks started off at home and they're a good home team. But against Cleveland swept Detroit. So I mean, they're like, Cleveland's a really good team. It looks like Kyrie Irving's got his game back. I mean, their entire team's playing really well. Their defense is actually pretty good now too. Like they're playing really well. LeBron James is still on cruise control, and they're killing it. So I feel like since Kyrie Irving's like back in like a superstar mode, at least that's what it seems like so far in the playoffs, and he's playing with a lot of confidence, I don't think that it's possible for the Hawks to beat them. So I'm gonna go with Cleveland on this. All right, so this one, I think this is going to be the toughest prediction right here. I think I'm going to get a lot of disagreement on this one. So Toronto Raptors against Miami Heat. Now, a lot of you guys also said that the Hornets would beat the Heat. I knew from the start, despite the slow start for Miami, and despite the fact that Heat even gave a home game or 2 home games, I don't remember, but you know, they weren't doing too well at the beginning of the series, and you know, they actually lost their home games, and you know, a lot of you guys were saying that Hornets were actually going to win it, but I knew deep down, I stuck with my guns the entire time, and I knew that Miami was not going to lose. Heat were going to win for sure, and they did win. They won a Game 7. They blew out the Hornets, and there was no way that they were going to lose it. And yeah, so if you look at their team, though, they're a veteran team, guys, and they're deep. If you look at their lineup, they don't have any bad players. Miami is such a good team, and I think that they don't get enough credit. And Dwayne Wade's still a baller, so I'm gonna go with and okay. So if you look at the Raptors, they are a pretty decent team overall. They don't really have any bad players either, but they're not as good as, you know. I don't care about their record. I've always thought Toronto Raptors were overrated, even though they have the second best record on the East. They're so overrated. I feel like Kyle Lowry's been sucking the entire playoffs, and DeRozan hasn't been very efficient from the field. So I really don't think that they have any chance of beating the Heat, because the Heat just have too many weapons, and Hassan Whiteside is a beast as well. So I'm gonna go with Miami on this one, guys. This is the bottom team that I'm gonna pick to win it, or to win this matchup. So I'm gonna go with Miami Heat over the Toronto Raptors. Anyway, guys, these are my predictions. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to leave your thoughts below, like, dislike, and you know, all that stuff. Thank you guys so much. Peace.